Orleans Opera, and I will be conducting this performance of Rameau's Pygmalion and accompanying divertissement.
I am Diogo de Lima. I am the choreographer for this production with the New Orleans.
This partnership began actually with my observation about the pending exhibition by the New Orleans Museum of Art to feature the collection of the Duke of Orleans, which was the largest privately held collection in Western Europe. And I felt that the musical counterpart to that offering was a French Baroque opera. And of course, French Baroque opera grew out of court dancing. So I turned to Dave Hurlbert and the Marigny Opera Ballet to fill that invaluable function to present French music drama, particularly of the period of Louis XIV and his court.
And then Dave contacted me to be the choreographer to work with the dancers of the Marigny Ballet on this particular piece. I'm a resident choreographer here, so dancers are used to my work. And then we just started.
Diogo has been the choreographer for a number of operas for the New Orleans Opera. So it was a comfortable partnership, each familiar with each other's work, and I think it's going to be a wonderful combination. It does raise, however, some interesting questions, and that is we're talking about a mid-17th century piece, 18th century, leaning into the 18th century, and so the question is, what should the style of the choreography be? Should it be contemporary? Should it attempt to mimic the court dances at Versailles, of which the king, Louis XIV, was very fond. He himself was a great dancer and used to join in productions that featured dance. So we have settled on a combination of styles as this work is evolving that will feature Diogo's choreography, which might be modeled on the famous court dances, but is not attempting to replicate them.
Correct. So we're using a little bit of gestures of that period, but not the exact steps. So it would be something that reminds of something, but it's something completely new. So we're trying to go that mix of old and new.
And I think this is characteristic of a lot of contemporary productions of French Baroque music, in which you acknowledge the importance, the structural importance of court dances. A long list of them occur in virtually every opera, but modern choreographers have their own modern interpretations.
Correct.
And new productions stress the theatricality of dance in the modern productions of Baroque music, and so I find it to be a very happy combination.
Yeah. It was a time used for ballet, repertory ballets, and I think since then choreographers just took that court dances and kind of evolving to reflect a little bit of nowadays, our social gatherings and how we dance today. So it's not so I would say cartoonish. If you think about if nowadays you see somebody doing a court dance, it's just so far away from us that we cannot relate to it. So I think what we do is just get a little bit of the essence, but mix with what it's now, how we move nowadays in social gatherings.
Yes, I think if you were going to try a historic replication of this period, then it begins with costuming, with court ball gowns and male attire, with the formality of the presentation of dance and things of that sort. And it really does move us into a different world, which is pretty far afield from today. But I do think that we can capture the narrative of French Baroque opera and its musical treasures, and then complement it with a more modern setting of court dance. Yes, the question might rightly be asked, why special attention should be given to this particular offering? Well, it is a first for the New Orleans Opera. We, in our now 76-year history, have not focused on Baroque music. We have been presenting the core repertory of 18th and 19th and 20th century works. So to take a look at this historical repertory is a unique experience for us. We chose to do this at Le Petit Theatre because it is New Orleans' most historic theater. So it becomes of a piece. So it becomes a special occasion, first in collaboration with the New Orleans Museum of Art, but also because it is a special offering for us. We bring together a lot of the same resources with our magnificent chorus and the members of the Louisiana Philharmonic accompanying this music, and we've added Diogo's work, who is very familiar with our company, and the newly emerging Marigny Opera Ballet. And so it becomes a wonderful melting pot of local offerings of, we are certain high quality. You'll want to get your ticket by going to the New Orleans Opera website, neworleansopera.org, and check out the options for available seating at Le Petit Theatre. And we certainly encourage you to join us for this special occasion.
Yes, don't miss out. It's going to be a great show.